veal tenderloin dish, and variety of garnish. Objectives: as a result of this lesson, you will be able to wash and prepare the ingredients for veal tenderloin, adapt an adequate variety of garnish for veal tenderloin dish, provide a matching sauce for the main dish. Today's dish is the veal tenderloin with a variety of garnish. Check if all the cooking appliances are ready and arrange them for a better use. Also, check if ingredients are ready. Start preparing the ingredients. First, let's work on the veal tenderloin for the main dish. Remove the string and muscle with a sharp knife. Also, it is important to use an adequate tool for the ingredients. You will need to handle the veal tenderloin adequately. Make sure to practice handling a variety of meat, because the type of the meat will be revealed only on the competition day. Try to practice to handle faster. Cut the veal tenderloin separately for the main dish and for the beef stew. Store the prepared veal tenderloin cool in the fridge. Clean the knife and the cutting board. Do not share the kitchen tools between the meats and the vegetables. Always clean and organize them after using. Bring an additional cutting board for the vegetables. Maintain the personal hygiene and table hygiene at all times. Arrange the ingredients on the table. Firstly, start working on the vegetables. Prepare the variety of garnish in adequate shapes and sizes for the dish. For onions, cut onions separately for beef stew, onion puree, and for lentil bean puree, and place them on each tray. Now, prepare the ingredients for the beef stew. Cut the carrots and trim the celery to an adequate length. Slice the onions. Now, we're slicing the onions for the onion puree. Prepare the white mushroom for the beef stew. Remove the stem of mushrooms and chop them. Always remember to maintain the hygiene. For lentil bean biscuits, peel the celeries with a peeler and slice them in chiffonade to put them in the cold water. Every time you prepare ingredients, remember to wipe with a kitchen towel. Now, prepare the potatoes for a potato pie. Slice the peeled potatoes with a slicer. To show the texture of potato, slice the potatoes in an even width. Store the remaining ingredients, clean the tool, and start working on the main dish. Start with the Paprika Confit. Remove the tip of paprika and bake it with pepper and olive oil in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius. Only the surface should be crispy. If an oven is unavailable, use a torch to scorch the surface. And put it in a plastic bag for 5 minutes. Then, you can easily wash off the skin. A timer can be very useful in the competition. Now, prepare the beef stew. Put a pot with water on the stove. Oil the pan and roast 500 grams of the veal tenderloin remainder. Keep roasting until it shows the brown color. Always remember to preheat the pan when roasting meat. Once the meat is moderately cooked, put it in a boiling pot. Use the remaining oil to fry onions, garlic, carrots, celery, and white mushroom. When the vegetables are showing brown color, boil them a little further with water. Pour the vegetable on the pan where the veal tenderloin remainder and water is boiling. Stir fry the vegetables and meat until they start showing brown color to enrich the flavor. Put tomato paste on the oiled pan and stir fry them enough. And then move them to the beef soup pot to keep boiling. Keep checking the consistency of the jus while boiling. Moderate consistency is very important. Start working on the lentil bean puree. Put water, onion, and lentil beans in the pot and start poaching. Poach the lentil beans long enough to filter them out later. While the beans are being poached, work on the onion puree. Oil the pan and stir fry 200 grams of sliced onions until they show brown color. Fry the onions long enough for a rich flavor. Season the onions with salt and pepper. Then, pour water to stir with. Let the onions poach until they are tender. Put rosemary in the boiling beef soup pot. Put 3 grams of thyme in the boiling pot. Start working on the lentil bean biscuits. Mince the beans with water in the blender. Put flour, salt, olive oil, and minced lentil beans in a mixing bowl to make a biscuit dough. Adjust the density by adding lentil beans. Knead the dough several times. Remove the paprika from the oven to cool down. Make pistachio tuile mix for garnish. Mince pistachio, flour, water, and all to a blender. Then store it in a container. For lentil beans puree, put poached lentil beans in the blender. Add whipped cream and mince them. Move it to a pot and simmer it. The consistency is the key in puree, so don't keep your eyes off. Once the stir-fried onions are cooked and soft, mince them in a blender. Then, move them to a container. Sieve the boiled down beef soup, leaving only the stock. Continue working on the beef soup. Stir fry the onions and garlic in the pot. And add minced white mushroom. Stir fast while frying to prevent a burn. Once the white mushrooms are poached properly, deglaze them with red wine. And then, boil them down with bay leaves after pouring the stock. The consistency is especially important in jus and puree. Start working on a potato pie while the beef soup is boiling. Spread the pastry dough thin on the table. Add some flour while you're at it. Shape the pie with a round mold. Fill the mold with potato and whipped cream and cover them with pastry dough. Finish shaping with a fork. Put them in a preheated oven and bake them at 200 degrees for 15 minutes. Make the lentil bean biscuits with the dough. Spread the dough as thin as possible with a roller. To make a crispy texture, spread them thin. Cut the biscuits with a round mold. Put the dough in a smaller oven cup and cut them. Our biscuit today will be a garnish holder, so shape it with an oven cup. Bake the biscuits in the oven at 160 degrees for 10 minutes. The time and temperature is up to you. So, keep checking the color of the biscuits. Now, let's work on the pistachio tool. Pour the dough into the heated pan and dry it. Fry both of the sides. Cut the crispy tuile in half and put them on a tray. Peel the baked paprika to make a paprika confit. Dice the peeled paprika. Fastly stir the lentil bean and cream mixture to cool it down. Put the cool down mix in a piping bag. Remove the potato pie from the oven to let it cool down. Put the onion puree in a piping bag. Put the pie out of the mold and coat it with a beaten egg. Salt the pie and bake it in the oven again. As the competition goes, the number of the dish you need to cook increases. So, use a timer to manage the cooking order. Before working on the veal tenderloin steak, season the meat with salt and pepper. Work on the garnish while the meat absorbs the seasoning. Remove the lentil bean biscuits from the oven. Remove the mold and let them cool down. Oil a heated pan and sear the surfaces. Sear at high temperature so that the meat can hold onto the juice. Once searing is done, put butter and roast in arosa. It is very difficult to cook other dishes simultaneously when you're working on the roasting. So, prepare other ingredients beforehand. The doneness of meat is usually 5, but be precise with the competition requirements. Today, we will have the meat in medium rare. Use a stick to measure the doneness. Now, let's work on the plating. Put lentil bean biscuits on a tray and roll the paprika confit to put it inside. And add sliced celery on the top. You can fry the garnish and simply put them on the plate. But put it inside a basket to present them more aesthetically. It will provide a crispy texture, in contrast to the soft texture of the meat. Cut the potato pie in half and cut the steak in half. Arrange the dishes to plates. Use lentil bean puree and onion puree to mark spots on the plate. To locate the main dish properly, spread with a knife. Present the potato pie and veal tenderloin steak on the spots. Put a biscuit with paprika confit and celery on the steak. And pipe a drop of lentil beans puree on the potato pie. Put the pistachio tuile on the lentil bean puree. The potato pie and veal tenderloin will provide a soft texture, and the biscuits and pistachio tuiles will provide a crispy texture. And we have successfully achieved the harmony of colors. When plating, make sure that there is a fine cohesion of taste, color, and the aesthetics. Pour the beef choux on the veal tenderloin steak to finish.